So now we're going to do a quick overview of how to set up your system after you got everything wired up. So first thing we're going to do is hook up our hose. So what you want to do is just put your hose on your nozzle. Then what you want to do is wrap it through your pump, and make sure to leave enough slack for your machine to index around the bottles. But what you want to do is wrap it around the pump. Go ahead and clamp it down or latch it down, and then take the other end of the pump and put it in the reservoir or vat, whatever you might be using. And that's pretty much it to get the pump set up. Then what you want to do, when we ship these nozzles, we do not tighten the threads. We let you guys do that. That way, depending on what process and FDA regulations you have, you can put on your own thread tape or goop or whatever you might use. But the more airtight you have this nozzle with the fittings, the less it's going to drip. We did add a little bit of thread tape to this middle junction here. You can't see it because it's a little blocked right now, but it is in there. And then we have our lure locker and then this fitting here. So that's all set up too. What we need to do now is figure out a fill volume. Whenever we ship these, or we'll first open up a demo program. What you'd want to do is click open. And when we ship out your machine, you would have multiple demo programs in here regarding your tray. So this tray is a 30 milliliter bottle or 1 ounce. So we set it up as 30 ml, and we also tell you what start location we're using. You're using start location 1 or G54. To configure new start locations, we have other videos for that, but I just wanted to bring that to your attention if you're just starting out. I'm going to go ahead and click open, and that's going to populate all these settings up here. All these variables here are actually what your program uses for your filler to work. You have your bottle count. That's basically how many bottles you want to fill on your tray. You have a fill volume. We always set this lower, so this is at 25. A fill speed, this is how fast it's going to fill. We have at 1500. Reverse fill, that's basically after each bottle fills, it's going to reverse a little bit to help drippage as well as you airtighting the nozzle. You have travel feed rate. That's how fast your nozzle is going to move bottle to bottle. You have row quantity. Row quantity is from the back to front. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're running 5 rows. And the row distance is 46.8 millimeters. Then we have a column quantity. That's from left to right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then that distance. So that's basically all those variables. You could change them and resave your program to get everything more dialed in if you want. We get it pretty close for you. Now what we're going to do is use these bottom buttons down here. These are for more manual issues, for manual things. And what we're going to do is prime the pump now, because we hooked up the hose, but we don't have any fluid in the tubing. So what I'm going to do is set a distance of 10. That's basically 10 milliliters. And then you have this P plus and P minus. If I have a feed rate of 1000, a distance of 10, and I hit this P plus, it's going to actually start putting fluid in the tubing. And what I'm going to do is just kind of keep pushing this P plus until I start getting some fluid going out of the tip here. You could start to hear it now. Alright, so now we have fluid all the way through the line. No more air should be in there. And that should be set up ready to go. Now what we could do is pour that bottle out and make sure our fill volume's good. Like I was saying before, we usually always ship these a little light on our fill volume up here. So if I do 25, and we're filling MCT oil right now. So if I put a distance of 25 in here, that's going to be actually what our program's filling. So if I hit P plus again, we'll see how actually full our bottles get. You can see it's a little underfilled right now. So what I'm going to do is actually bump that up to maybe around 32. And let's try filling that again and see what that looks like on our bottle here. And that's a lot filler. That's kind of like a 30 milliliter fill. So I'm going to actually edit the program now. And so I'm going to go up to fill volume. I'm going to go ahead and put 32. I'm just going to hit save and double click on the program that we opened to save that change. And I'm going to say yes, I want to replace that file with my new changes. Alright, so now that our fill volume is set up, the row, column, distance, and everything, that should be good. If it's not, we do have other videos on how to figure that out. But what we're going to do now is hit cycle start and see these bottles all fill up. And also what you want to do is make sure when you do load in your tray, you line up this back notch here with that hole into the far right corner. So I'm going to go ahead and, so what you would do if you're going to handle your tray, go ahead and turn it so that notch is on the right side and bring it all the way back. And make sure you're back against all the backstops. Then what I'm going to do is go ahead and click cycle start, and we'll start filling our bottles. So you can see, because this is a peristaltic pump, that it is going to repeat those fill volumes highly accurately. And it is a variable fill pump, so you could run 20 milliliters, 5 milliliters, 30 milliliters, 200 milliliters. We build fillers to fill MCT oil like this, lotions, waters, pretty much anything you want. Our fillers come in the standard 12 inch by 12 inch filling area, all the way up to 30 inch by 12 inch. You can see there's a little bit of drippage on that nozzle. All that is basically just these fittings might need to be tightened a little bit more. It's a simple fix. Or I could add a little bit more reverse fill, and what that'll do is actually bring the fluid more up the nozzle. Alright, we just filled up 30 milliliter bottles in less than a couple minutes. Now you could go ahead and just take your tray out and bring it wherever you want, and you're good to go. If you have any questions or concerns, go ahead and reach us at www.rockymountainplc.com. Thank you and have a great day.